Currently we're working on a game called Goblin Workshop, which is a game about 4 goblins in a workshop. Kind of obvious, isn't it? In this game you're working with 3 to 2 other players, or maybe just 1 other player, to make a kind of cool weapons that questing people need. So instead of being the questing knight or wizard, you're just a goblin making awesome weapons for these people. What makes this game special is that this is the first shopkeeper game which is multiplayer. The most storekeeper games are just single player, very plain, not many weapons to make, and we want to break that chain and bring teamwork together with making awesome weapons to just make an awesome game. Normally in shopkeeper games you need to wait before a weapon is finished. In this game you won't wait, you will always need to work. We have replaced the waiting time with skill checks. Every workbench has its own skill check. Workbenches are like the crafting tables in Minecraft. You need to gather ores, gather minerals to put in these workbenches, and then you can craft an item with it. On the anvil you can craft an iron sword with this molten ore and a handle or something. If you have all these items you can combine them to make a good weapon. And these good weapons you can sell to the people that need them to quest. If you want to make better weapons with other materials like gold or maybe diamond, the skill checks will also get harder. So this game will just keep challenging you to get better. If you sell a good weapon to the customer, he will be happy and gladly pay you more. And if you make a bad weapon, your store will get a bad reputation for making just really bad weapons.
When you're creating items as a player, there's a system in the game that is checking all the ingredients that you put into a workbench and the quality of those materials and the materials that the things are made of. There's a system in place that checks all these, and it checks it against a large table of products that it can make. And it averages all the qualities together so that if you put a lot of effort into a specific component, even if the other components aren't as good, you still get an overall increase in quality. But in the same sense, if you create something really good and then mess up all the other parts, the average will go lower.
We chose to go in a bit of a medieval steampunky direction because our characters are goblins and it needs to match up with the fantasy feel we have. Goblins are very small and inventive people and they like to make stuff. So that's also part of why we chose for the steampunk aspect, so everything will come together in a handcrafted sort of way. So all the stations will look like they're handcrafted and made of controversial materials such as stone and wood rather than steel as normal people would use. Currently we're working on the props. We chose for a very warm and homely kind of feel. So I decided to do purple lighting because all the big studios do blue lighting and we tried to separate our style from the rest of them. That's why we're doing purple lighting and yellow highlighting to emphasize the candle light.
In Goblin Workshop it doesn't matter what task you do, but they all need to be done. You or your friends can divide the task into small pieces where everybody is responsible for his own task. You can also change these tasks in game, so you will never be bored by the same task because you can literally do everything in the shop.